What's up, guys? We have another week of Big Brother recap. We have a special guest here tonight, Chris Sanchez.
Welcome to the program.
Uber Facts. Now, fun fact of Chris Sanchez is that he was almost on Big Brother. It was either him or Frankie, and well, we saw
that happened. Honorary Big Brother reject.
So this week has been pretty awesome, but before we dive into that, I went to VidCon this week.
Ooh, yeah.
All things YouTube and new media. It was fantastic. I highly recommend anybody that is in the LA area or just that can get themselves to Anaheim, go to VidCon. It's
Any
awesome.
way you can. Hitchhike,
Yes.
walking,
It's awesome.
get yourself to VidCon.
I've never been, but I've been around it, and it's cool.
It's pretty awesome.
From the
So
outside.
this week, just like every other week, we have a couple segments for you guys. We have the best and worst.
Oh, yeah.
We have the BB stock tips and lawyer up. So let's launch right into it.
Yes, and this is Kevin Campbell right here. I've missed you guys. It's been a great week of shows. Follow me at KevSoup here. Let's dive right into it. Right there. 90s week, guys. Concluded on this show.
I
We
love
had
it.
the Wax
All
Street
about it.
Boys. When are they coming out with an album? I want to buy the Wax Street Boys.
I actually already have it.
You pre-release, right? How did you get it so quickly?
I hacked it actually from
Oh,
iTunes.
wow. That's
True
very
story.
fancy. They had just incredible choreography, and I feel sorry. It was Jackie at the end was the only one that would watch a Wax Street Boy performance.
I found myself watching them sort of like with a half smile, half like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, God.
It's like when your friends are like, "Hey, we're gonna put on a performance. You should come check it out." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, totally, I'll be
Yeah.
there." And then when they go on stage, you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
Either that or the people that are watching scary movies, like with the blanket pulled up here. You're kind of watching the Wax Street Boys, like one eye, just getting ready to put it in front of your head because that might be so bad. But the whole 90s week was fun. We had the Wax Street Boys, Saved by the Smell, all sorts of incredible puns
I love
Yeah.
it.
to finish up 90s week.
Love
There. And
it.
here's my question for you guys. Where's the BB takeover? What's the little guitar riff thing? It's... Are you ready for I don't hear it anywhere. I mean,
Yeah,
isn't it supposed to
was
be every
totally
single
gone.
week they have the
Yes.
BB
How many
takeover?
did they had two,
But
wasn't it?
it could
Right?
be the third twist for the season. It's that they actually they got rid of the BB
Completely got rid of it.
takeover altogether.
Yeah, so it's nowhere to be found. We'll
yeah,
see if it
Kind of
happens.
game over. And so this week, big news is that Audrey was evicted for the first time ever. 9 + 1 to 1
Yeah.
because she ate pizza while she was a have-not.
She ate pizza, she slept in beds.
All kinds of firsts for Big Brother.
She
Yeah.
was in the
Yes.
chair for
Awesome.
5
She
hours.
missed the veto, Sarah. That's never happened.
That's never
in the
happened.
show.
It's never happened.
Oh,
And so
man.
all the live feeders out there, for people who do watch the live feeds, if you were watching, you would understand this. Like, once she knew that it was happening, it was just like total game over, total meltdown, shutdown. I just don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. Literally wrapping herself in a blanket, wearing sunglasses. She was like a vampire.
That was the greatest thing when she would walk out of the room just covered.
Here's my question.
It was
How many
amazing.
blankets are in the house? She had like 43 blankets wrapped on her strategically. No one else had a blanket in the house because they were all draped around Audrey.
Everyone slept cold at night because she just
Yeah.
didn't want to talk to anybody.
Man.
Here's the only point I'll bring up. Something interesting that I think when she left the house and Julie interviewed her. I wonder if there's a chance if Audrey will come back. There was no really revealing from Julie. She didn't talk about the twin alliance.
Yep.
Clay's eviction video wasn't mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a video of Davon or like Jason saying, "Oh, I got you for Davon. I avenged you."
Right.
But there was no mention of any in-house strategy. There was no mention of
No.
the twins. Clay's video, so there were no alliances revealed. So I
Right.
wonder if maybe we're talking about the takeover. Maybe there's a chance for Audrey to get back in the house.
I don't
What do you
know.
think?
Well, I can actually tell you what that is because this guy ran into her.
What?
Well,
What?
she's also, and she's tweeting, so she's
Oh.
not coming back.
If she's tweeting, then she's not coming back.
She's in the world now.
Literally,
She's
Chris
outside.
ran into
to her and Davon yesterday.
Yesterday.
Just randomly.
and I got this like awesome video kind of like,
Yeah,
like
like, so-
text that was like, "Hey, look who's here."
Yeah. Oh, they were so much fun. They were a lot of fun.
So,
I like
yeah.
Audrey.
As soon as you leave, and this is like a piece of the game, like a truth. That is once you leave, that's it. You never go back. So they have to put you in sequester, or like where the what's that, like the. It's not really like a hotel. It's kind of like it's like an in between
It's
area.
a locked closet,
Yeah,
basically.
with a lot of blankets.
Yeah.
That's where they put you. You can't know anything about the outside world. What I was going to say is jury. Like, once you go to jury,
Yeah.
which is technically like another sequester, that's when, if you were going to do that, that's where you would go before you come back.
Mhm.
But since we've seen her now and she's
Yeah,
out in the world,
She's tweeting, for God's sake.
she's tweeting.
Yeah.
She's out in the world.
She's not coming back.
So we've got our new HOHs. We've got Vanessa and we've got Jackie. Yes, Jackie is still in the game, apparently. She
What?
surfaced to win HOH for the 90s pop song battle. And then
Yes.
we had a surprising, so far Vanessa's played pretty well. She's not a surprise. Jackie came out of nowhere to be an HOH.
Yeah.
She's actually going to have to talk game and be an active part of the
It's
house
going to be
now.
shocking and be like,
Yeah.
whoa, what is on your mind other than
Yeah.
cereal?
Jackie's the blonde one. Right?
Yeah, I think so. I think,
She-
the short, tall, blonde one that she's...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
I think
I
she
don't
has
know.
red
Right.
hair, maybe.
We'll probably see her a little
Right.
bit more.
But what's more interesting than that is the Dark Moon
Ooh.
Alliance, which I tweeted about and said that this will last as long as an eclipse. And I'm pretty sure that it did, because here's the people that were in it. Jason, Meg, James, Shelley, Clay, Jackie, Vanessa.
Take a breath in there.
There's a dog in the house, maybe that's a part of it. The oatmeal, the slop, the
Yeah.
backyard, the hammock, like the whole, just like
Yeah.
name the beach ball, the ducky, like it's all a part of the alliance.
It was almost like Oprah, where it's like, "You're in the alliance. You're in the alliance. You're in the You're in the
Everybody
alliance."
gets an alliance.
Everyone
They
gets an
were-
alliance.
They made a Final 8 deal.
Yeah.
People who weren't even in the room at the time.
Yeah,
They weren't even
Yeah.
in the room when they made this deal.
I'm sure that's
we're
gonna
Final
last.
8. There were 5 people in the room. The other 3, who knows who they are.
Final 17. Who's the 17th? It's Julie. She's going to be there.
Julie's in an alliance. We're sure this is going to last. The dark side. Don't waste your time hashtagging that unless you're talking about it ending.
Yeah, so
Because I think it's ending soon.
not even a temporary alliance. It was a no alliance.
Last
This is-
all
yeah,
of 5
4
5 minutes.
total.
I mean, okay, really cool. John is not on the block this week.
Thank God.
That is awesome.
First
This
time in a
is
long time.
The first time since week 1?
Yeah, no, literally.
Chris, you know what? I'm
On the
going to
block?
credit John not being on the block to his new motto.
Hashtag.
and CBS hashtag this: fight, win, live. All right. I feel like we've heard that. Did he steal that somewhere?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think he might have stolen that. But yeah, maybe his new motto. And he says it a lot better than I do, by the way.
He sure does.
Yeah, and you've been
Wait,
practicing
it
your. Do you want to give us a little taste? You've been practicing your.
Unless you
your
wanna
song.
get-
You go.
Fight, win, live!
I just let all of his DRs start with, well,
Yeah,
I'm not on the block.
I love Nick's. There's a touch of Yoda in there. That's
There
why I
is.
like. There's a touch of
There's
Yoda.
a-
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, so Jackie put up Liz and James. Her speech was great. It was simple.
Yeah.
You guys put me up, so you guys are
Right.
going up. And Vanessa put up Clay and Becky.
Yep.
Clay volunteered.
Yes,
Yeah.
which, I mean, he's had a couple different times in the game where he could have really came through. I mean, but this was one of those where CBS really decided to highlight the bad choice, which was, oh man, why'd I choose to go up here? Because you shouldn't have ever done that. That's why.
Yeah, and then we went to the Battle of the Block. Now CBS, I've got a bone to pick with you guys there. This
Got
was
a
one
bone
of
to pick with
I've
you
got a
too.
bone to pick. This was one of the laziest product placement that I think we've ever seen from CBS. I mean,
That's ridiculous.
they were talking about. Of course, if you'd like some, you can jump
Oh,
in here.
please. I'd
But
love some McDonald's.
The whole thing was built on the fact that former house guests were spotted at Outback.
That's ridiculous.
Just an excuse to-
Did you enjoy it?
99-cent
Oh,
menu,
please.
guys.
Yeah,
It's
this
really
is
good stuff.
fantastic, actually.
Yes.
You know, there's nothing more than I love than the fancy ketchup from McDonald's.
I mean, it's fantastic. And on one of these dollar menu cheeseburgers,
Yeah.
that's the best way to go. But CBS,
I'm loving
come on.
it.
You just cram Outback in there. You cram the corporate sponsorship in there. You know, the whole thing was set up around 3 house guests had been spotted. Let me just get a quick bite.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just get it in there.
Pretty good. 3 house guests have been spotted at
Spotted?
Outback. They've been spotted eating at Outback.
That's
Just
ridiculous.
shameless. Can I get a fry?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Shameless
It's-
plugging of that, guys. I'm not impressed by CBS. I mean, have it be Australian. You got the Outback. It could be Australian contest.
It could be like the boomerang competition. You have to jump in the marsupial's pouch or something, you know?
I have to say, I
Crazy.
just love Liz's reaction
It's pretty good.
to bloomin' onions.
You got
She was genuinely excited, Liz. You
That
know?
she was. Yeah.
I'm loving it.
That I
Right
am
now.
too.
I'm loving it.
What's
We have
that?
Jackie. we were dethroned now.
Yep.
We got Vanessa as the HOH. Becky and Clay on the block.
we'll see what the week has to offer now.
It's going to be interesting to see if Austin gets backdoor. That's the plan right now, but now that everything's been thrown up in the air, who knows?
He has been creating a lot of waves. We will see what the House decides to do this week.
Yeah. It is time for our best and worst segment here of the show. A lot of game moves happened here this past week. We're going to highlight what we think were some of the best moves and what we think were some of the worst moves here this past week. I'm going to go with the best move, first of all.
Rock and roll.
Shelley finally getting Audrey out. Finally, when she had kind of slowly gotten back in people's good graces, she brings up the issue with Jason. It was inevitable. It was time to go. If Shelley had not got rid of Audrey that week, I think the house would have turned against her. Time to cut bait, time to let her go. I think that was one of the best game moves, getting rid of Audrey.
Yeah, painfully it was. I mean, I really wanted Audrey to go far, but she made it really tough.
Yeah.
She made it really tough.
She didn't. I think the thing, and I mean, I think she probably knows this too, that, like, you know, you've never played the game before, right? And so because you've never played the game before, you keep trying to, like, do different things, and eventually, like, you know, what you throw out there, you'll see how they react. I just don't think that everything she threw out there just kind of, like, didn't work. And she spent so much time trying to build her reputation back. As soon as it was back, it was gone again. And so it's like, you know, being a wallflower in this instance would have been the best move.
Yep.
And she should have just kept doing that for a lot longer.
And we should give her a ton of credit, though. I mean, it just takes a huge amount of bravery to go on that show. I think she hadn't even really come out to a lot of people in her life to say she was transgender. To do it on national television is pretty incredible. Yeah. I think the stress of that might have finally kind of caught up to her. Yeah. But just, you know, incredible show of bravery. Awesome that she did that and had the courage to do that. And it was a shame she couldn't go a little further.
Yeah. I love that she literally cocooned herself for the last couple of days.
She'd be a butterfly or something.
Yes.
Like, just wrapped
she came out
herself
with wings.
and slept for a good 3 days.
She got great sleep at the end of that show. Better sleep than anyone out there. She's sleeping like 14-hour nights. I mean, very well rested now.
So here, this is actually one of the worst moves.
Okay.
This is Vanessa playing too hard and potentially breaking up the sixth sense. Now, she's getting a lot of airtime on CBS, so that means that she's playing really hard. As someone who was in the house, I know that when you're in the DR for a long period of time, it means they're cutting the story around you. And so we're seeing a ton of Vanessa. This could potentially lead her into this, like, part of, like, this entire sphere, this entire time period of Big Brother where she has to kind of, like, backtrack and not be as threatening and as, like, you know, mastermindy, because she's really sort of becoming that person. And if anyone would have seen how good Derek was in the beginning, or Dan, or Buggy, or Will, whoever, they would have, like, targeted them. And so she's starting to do that.
And she's potentially leaving a good alliance that has ran the game so far for this Dark Moon alliance. She's leaving the Sixth Sense alliance for that. And, like, I also personally don't agree with her targeting Austin because Austin's very caught up in Liz, but he is not going after Vanessa. He really trusts Vanessa. So while he's lying to her and doing some big brothery type of things, he's not a threat to her. So why she wants to target him, I do agree. She's playing a little bit too hard right now, a little bit too out in front of it.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Austin, that leads me to one of the worst game moves, would be Austin talking about the twins in the house for 2 weeks in a row and telling Jason, he told Jason Julia's name. And he said if you had to get rid of Julia, keep Liz so that way I can make it to jury with her.
After that conversation,
what are you doing?
He was giving her like Liz's social security number,
here's her
address,
like credit card number, and the like. Why? Like everybody knows that if they're twins, okay? They literally they shared a womb together, so like they're gonna tell each other one thing or another. Like they are the perfect alliance inside the house.
Yeah,
that's like us going on Big Brother together and being like, you know what, like. I'm going to vote Kev out. And you're like, Chris, Kev's right there. I can hear you.
I'm sitting right here.
I'm sitting right here.
I mean, even though kudos, I guess Julia didn't actually tell Liz when they exchanged, or they didn't show it at
We don't know that, so...
Does anybody know why he did that? They kind of teased that he had some big plan of why he told Jason, but you guys, I honestly have no idea.
He wants a date?
Is that all it is? That simple?
Apparently he was talking with Liz, like he didn't want to make it seem like he needed someone new in his corner, so he wanted to sort of get Jason in his corner by confiding in him.
All right.
And then Jason told
everyone. I mean, that's like the Andy effect. You know what I mean? Like, basically like an intercom. You know what I mean? You tell him, you tell everybody. You might as well just put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
He is the BuzzFeed.
Yes. So I've got another worst move, and it's not so much a move as one of the worst exchanges of dialogue I've ever heard on this show between Becky and Jackie in the HOH room. Nick, I think we should actually do a dramatic read of this. Chris, would you like to see Nick and I perform this gripping, dramatic scene between Becky and Jackie? One of the worst exchanges of dialogue I've ever heard. Should we?
Better than Romeo and Juliet. Here we go.
Should we give him a little taste?
Yeah.
The scene. The HOH bedroom. Jackie, the current HOH, is sitting on the bed. She plans on using her powers of persuasion to convince Becky to go on the block as a pawn. Becky comes into the room and sits down beside Jackie.
So, we're gonna, all work together. Everybody's on board, and no one is going home of our group.
Okay.
Do you want to go up?
No!
If you went up with Clay, would you?
They both pause as they look at each other, sizing each other up. Then, Jackie breaks the silence.
Because Clay is going up on the winning side.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because he said, he wants to go with you.
Yeah. If the other side is, down to know they're gonna be the losers.
Well, I'm putting up Liz, so that person has to...
Jackie trails off and doesn't finish the sentence. I guess we'll have to assume that it was just the end of the sentence.
Then I'm in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jackie and Becky celebrate with a poorly coordinated high five.
Guys, and scene. I think that
Scene.
was really nice.
It's amazing.
It was great working with you guys.
I hope we didn't make that too
roll
real.
Credits.
Yes, we're hoping to make it too real. Are we eligible for Emmys?
I think
guys,
so.
from
This
absolutely.
is a Webby, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope we didn't
my
make
soul.
it too real for you guys out there. I hope it didn't get too real.
So let's talk about another worst. Okay, the BB, the Battle of the Block introduction into Big Brother in general. Okay, I'm actually going to play devil's advocate on this. Where collectively, I think everyone out there kind of doesn't like it. They want to say it's worse, but I actually kind of like it. Okay, and the reason I like it is this: is that there have been now 14 seasons that have been played the same. The first season was never played like how the other ones were. People playing the game very, very similarly, right? And there have been a couple twists and turns here and there along the way, but for the most part, the structure of the game has been the same. Now we have this thing that is completely changing the game. And so I think the way that people now play that game is totally different than the way they want to play it in their minds watching seasons pass. So in a way, I think it's like adding genes to the gene pool. It's spicing things up in a way that people I still don't think have adapted yet.
Here's my problem with the Battle of the Block. I think it creates this sort of repetition. 1 week feels like another because it's the same general strategy. It's just backdoor, backdoor, backdoor is the plan every week. I miss the days on Big Brother where you had to, choose your target halfway through the week, sit them on the block, and kind of draw a line in the sand and choose sides. Now it's like, Nick, you're good. Chris, you're good. Bill, you're good. Steve, you're fine. Everybody's fine. Everybody's good until the very last episode when they put the back door up there. So, I miss the drama.
Yeah.
Are you describing the dark side of the moon?
Yeah, I think I might be, yeah. The whole alliance, everybody's fine. I miss the drama of the line being drawn in the sand, putting your target up on the block midweek.
I hate the Battle of the Block.
Okay, tell us why. Why?
You know what? I get that it's marketed as 1 week, 1 day you can be HOH, and the next you can be up on the block. But that's just not. That's not how it happens.
Right.
Someone throws the competition. Someone gets backdoored.
Right.
At least that's been the trend this season. And it's just, I think it's so cheap. So cheap.
If I were going to agree with this, say this would be the worst move from CBS, the reasons that I would say are very similar to you guys, but I would also throw in there that it creates, since I've been in the house and I know how the mindset of the early game works, it's creating even more of the house rules, and we don't really want to play the game too hard because once you have 3 or 4 or 5 people on your side, then nobody wants to disagree with that. And we've seen that week after week after week. And what that does, though, is it makes people who really want to play the game hard and could potentially be really good players further on in the game, it gets them out right away.
Yeah.
In many ways, kind of like the MVP. It's like too much power. Yeah, I'm still not over it, people. I'm still not over it. So yeah, that's...
I miss the days where being put on the block meant something. Where that meant something. Now everybody is like, oh, I'll go on the block. You want to go on the block? Because it seems like half the house is on the block.
You're sort of forced to be either a pawn or a floater. Up until
So we're
3/4 of the way.
we're kind of in agreement. We're not a huge fan. It's one of the worst twists. You gave it a little bit more defense, I guess, than the rest of us. Chris, on the other hand,
Yeah.
not a fan at all.
No, I hate it. But I will say, okay, so in honor of the Backstreet Boys,
Oh, yeah.
Who was the best boy band? Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? I know who I'm voting for. Who are you voting for?
I don't think it's close, guys.
Well, there's
I don't
one.
think it's
there's,
close.
I mean, there's one right answer.
The right answer is the Backstreet Boys,
So-
and it's
This
not.
is the NSYNC side
It's-
of the house.
This is the way you're.
Yes, I'm NSYNC.
Let me just say-
High five.
Yes.
High five.
I did a little research, guys.
Oh.
The Backstreet Boys are the best-selling boy band. 130 million records they've sold. To NSYNC's more than 50. So numbers alone, guys, it's the Backstreet Boys.
Numbers they crush and sing. Well, also because they're all 20 years older.
I was going to
They've
say
been around
they probably had a
longer.
bunch of money in mutual funds, and that's how they actually ended
You
up
guys
getting
are
that out there.
blinded by the
Well,
Timberlake. That's what's going on here. You guys are blinded by his
Timberlake,
career.
And the Lance
Shazay,
Bass, hello.
The Bass.
The Bass.
Kirkpatrick.
Yes.
And I don't remember the guy, but he's on my Big Fat Greek Wedding. I compare their music, and I think NSYNC has better music than Backstreet Boys. And Backstreet Boys got like a 10-year head start.
Yeah.
So that's
I would
true.
put I Want It That Way up against which song?
Because
Because that, I think, is probably the best boy band song. What would you put that at?
I Want You Back is
Oh.
great. They also have that, This I Promise You?
Well, they're not better than I Want It That Way.
This I
think we
Promise
should
You is a wedding song.
leave some comments for
Let
us.
us know
Tell us what you
in the
think.
comment section
Who
below.
you think is a better boy band
NSYNC or Backstreet
or
Boys?
Backstreet?
NSYNC?
Let us know in the comments. You are looking at 3 of your Big Brother financial advisors, guest financial advisor here, in our Big Brother Stock Tips, where we tell you which players to buy, the players that are doing well or on the way up, which players to sell, players on the way down. Our featured buy here this week, the player that we encourage people to go out there and invest your money in, is James. Now, he was somebody for a while that struggled a little bit in the game. He was targeted in the game. He was one of the people that it looked like they were trying to get out. He's on the way up now. He's finding himself involved in strategic conversations, the dark moon, even though we don't think that's going to go anywhere, but it shows that he's now in the room at the right time. He's talking to the right people. He's not a target necessarily. And he was actually brought in to throw a competition as well, which we've seen what that's done for John and how that's kind of built John up. And now the Power Alliance, the Shelley, the Clay, that side of the house, kind of gave him a mission.
Right.
And they saw that he could handle that. We've seen what it did for John. That's why James is our buy here this week, guys.
So I love to give analogies, and sometimes they're extremely hard to follow. But so this week, I'm going to give the analogy that James is like. All right, brace yourself here. We're going to be talking cars now, okay?
All right.
He is like a Hyundai or a Toyota or a Honda. So in the very, very, very beginning, those 3 brands, everybody threw them away, right? They were like, they're no good, we don't want them, they're like cheap imitations of American cars, and then slowly but surely they started like making their way up and up and up, and then the stock started build. And that's kind of what James is doing. In the beginning, people were like threatened by him, but they didn't really know why, they didn't know if he was smart, they didn't know if he was a good player. And now they're like, he's a general good player, and now he's starting to get himself into conversations, and he's building the trust that he needs to, and so his stock is on the rise.
Yes,
and so we're starting to see that. And so if you're going to buy into a player that's not a wallflower that could get sent home any day on the whim, James is the guy that you want to buy.
And also as a viewer, I mean, in the beginning of the season, I wasn't a fan of James.
Right.
He's actually won me over. I enjoy watching him.
Just like
I
Hyundais.
enjoy watching him on the show now.
And people enjoy watching him, and that goes a long way too, because the 17th player is always Big Brother, which is production, and so if people like him, they'll tend to try to keep him around a little bit longer. Now the player on the fall,
watch out.
sell is Vanessa.
Ooh, that's a sneaky one here this week.
That is a sneaky one.
Yeah, that's why we're your Big Brother financial advisors,
Yes.
all right?
We're trying to tell you what's gonna happen.
Yes.
We want to make sure you keep your Big Brother credits and
Yeah.
all the pools that you're playing
Exactly.
in. And the reason that is because she's just playing a game that is too good.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're playing something like that's too good, you're selling too many products. Now, it sounds crazy, but you can literally overheat your business. If you put too much of your business out there and you have too many of your products out there, eventually they will become less valuable. And so Vanessa is playing a game that she is being seen as so valuable that she really runs the stake of being slayed down by someone who sees that.
Yes.
Yeah.
People always try to chop off the head of the snake, and she's the head of 2 snakes right now, it seems like. If not the whole Sixth Sense alliance. I mean, you could argue she's not the head of that, but she's up there. But she's kind of crafting this Dark Moon alliance, and people are going to be gunning for the headed snake. You never want to be the head on Big Brother. You want to be the first or second person behind that. So she's making herself a huge target right now.
Within the next couple of weeks, they're going to realize that they need to get rid of her if they want any shot of control.
And if it doesn't happen naturally, I guarantee you in the DR, it'll be, hey, who's been calling all the shots lately?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, well, no, not Jackie, no, Vanessa. Yeah, that's who. And then it'll start circulating, and then everyone will start getting really paranoid, and before you know it, she'll be up on the block. So sell.
And you'll have no problem unloading your Vanessa stock because she's doing well right now, but that's why your Big Brother financial advisors are here to let you know and forecast for you.
It's valuable.
Her demise might be coming here.
Sell now.
Yeah.
Buy into some James.
The house guests do a terrible job of defending themselves when they're on the block, so you turn to us. We are going to make profound arguments for why the people on the block should stay in the house in our segment that we call Lawyer Up. Let's get our ties on here,
gentlemen.
boys. Now we've got Clay.
First time I went to law school.
Yeah, and all of us have our briefcases. We've got lawyer stuff happening
Down
here.
here. Yeah, I
Lawyer
got
speak.
Plenty of notes and pens.
We've got our ties on. I've got 2 pens. We're all set to go.
Mine's baby blue.
Now we've got Clay and Becky on the block. So should we take Clay and Becky?
Yeah,
want to do
let's
that?
do that. I'll take Clay.
That would.
I will be defending Clay this evening.
And I will be defending Becky. We've got our guest, Chris. Chris, there are a couple of house guests that are vulnerable in the house. Do you want to just pick somebody? Because who knows? We haven't seen the veto yet. Who knows? Will be thrown up on the block.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Jason. I'm going to defend Jason.
All right, fair enough.
It's time for opening statements.
Opening statements. I shall go first. Your Honor, Clay. Clay came into the game as someone who specifically did not want to lie. Now, this is somebody that you can trust. Somebody who refuses to do evil doings behind someone's back. And I think he's done a pretty good thing of doing that.
Well said.
He has showed himself as someone who is not lying, who is not playing an evil game, and is not out to get you. He is your friend. And on top of that, he is a GQ model. Don't you want to keep him in the house a little bit longer? I think so. Thank you. Your Honor.
He's a beautiful man.
Yeah, that he is.
My client, Becky, does not deserve to leave this house. Becky. I said Becky.
Who?
Can we show a picture? Can we get a picture of Becky?
Oh!
Yeah, the Rado, Becky, Rado, bro,
Rado.
Chase was talking. Yes, Becky.
I didn't know who
Yes,
you were
you can't evict somebody that you forgot was even in the house. Plus, look how hot she is. All right? We got to leave that eye candy in the house a little bit. And we saw the exchange with Jackie and her in the HOH room. She's not going to be plotting your demise. She's great eye candy.
Objection!
What? Okay, go ahead.
Based on the fact that I don't think there's actually someone in the game named Becky.
Can we get a
wait
picture?
a minute.
Can we get her?
No, look
Becky,
right here.
Right there. Yeah. Becky, she's still in the game.
Yeah, she's still in there.
Don't evict her. Don't evict her. Don't evict
Continue.
her.
Sorry.
No, that's it. Do not evict Becky out of the game. She still is in the game, too. So don't remove her from a game that we just found out she's still in. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. If there's anyone out there who wants to get rid of Jason, don't do it. Don't do it. Jason,
threatening our audience.
Jason,
he is a man of law, just so you know.
Yeah.
Jason has brought nothing but laughs to the house. He's not threatening anyone. Who would want to get rid of him? He's fun. He is like, you're in a room that's dark and you need a light bulb. He's like the brightest light bulb you could find, and now you can read a book.
I will say, I'm not sure that this is kosher for court, but I do like your client's sayings during the Wax Street Boys. He said groupies are thirsty. It's pretty funny.
And sometimes he's funny without even trying.
Yeah.
I think Steve was like, "Hey, Jason, I forgot to give you a hug," and Jason was like, "No, it's okay."
He said,
He's
"Don't."
nice.
He said, "Don't."
He doesn't want people to get up out of their seats to do extra work to console him.
Final closing remarks. Clay is beautiful. That's all I got.
Becky is also beautiful. Our clients are hotter than your clients,
Yeah,
sir.
right. I mean, if they had a child together, it would be...
We have a lawyer alliance all of a sudden that we've created.
Hey, so you have 6 Dark Side of the Moon?
Yes, exactly.
Or...
Yes. We'll see if our compelling arguments did any good for these house guests in that segment that we call Lawyer Up.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Chris, where can we find you?
You can find me on twitter.com/Chris Sanchez, KrisSanchez.
And where can we find you, Kev?
That man is a plugging professional. I
That
got to
was
take
really
some notes.
good.
I am at KevSoup, KevSoup.com. Awesome week in the house. Can't wait to see what happens. Tune in. Watch us next week. We'll break it all down one more time for
It'll
you
be
guys.
fantastic. And if you guys haven't subscribed to this channel yet, click right here, right over Chris's head.
Watch out, Chris.
We have a new video every week, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.
If you like this video, click here to subscribe. New videos every week.